So I would recommend when you're first playing this to play the tutorial. It is kind of long, but it'll kind of get you a more understanding of where stuff is. And it is pretty easy and it walks you through pretty good. I played the campaign after to try to get more of a feel for what's going on, but the campaign was really, really, really fast. So today we're going to be playing the scenario, and everything in here is going to be vanilla. Although I've already figured out how to mod it, but we won't get into that because Deuces made the comment last time that Deuces, I'm not name dropping, I swear, but this is your fault that I'm playing this game. Anyway, he made the comment that with double starting money he could probably do it just fine, and I failed still 3 more times after that with double starting money. So we're playing straight vanilla. This is exactly what you'll get. What we're actually going to do though is not this. So to continue playing the prologue and the scenario past what's going on, you need to at least not complete one of these things, and it's just easier not to complete 2. So I'll show you how to do that. It's resource intense at the very beginning, unless you do a few tweaks. Yes, it absolutely is a city builder. So the first thing we're going to do is hit the spacebar to pause the game, because it's got a little speed controls up here, and we don't want time moving at all. So we are starting out with 60k like everybody else. Here's the campaign things it wants us to do, and we don't want to do any of that because we want a more of a continuous play. This is all the space we're going to have. So we are going to renovate this. This is a small abandoned cow shed, so you'll be able to fit 4 cattle in here. Most people try to run all 3 of these. I'm going to tell you right now, no, we're not gonna. What we're going to do is we're going to get some money back because we need it at the start of the game. And we also don't need to be managing 3 greenhouses because these guys get paid pretty good, your workers do. So we're paused. We deleted 2 of these buildings here. And everybody's like, oh my god, you just deleted stuff. Yeah, I know. But we got a little bit more money back. We got $6,000 more, and we only have to hire 1 worker to take care of this instead of 6 to take care of all 3. Because all of them are ready to take care of at the same time. So it's a cluster. Alright, so one of the quests over here is to get tomatoes. We're not going to do that. It's not just to be contrary, I promise. What we're going to do instead is, yes, we want to destroy it. Click bio, because these are going to give us organic options instead of just regular options. But as you can see at the bottom, you'll end up with more revenue if you do organic. So there we go. We'll make some tomatoes to make a little bit of money. This won't actually make you much money. It'll pretty much just pay your worker. That's it. So we're gonna pause on that. We'll go ahead and that's changed and that's ready to renovate. So we'll go ahead and do this. Doom doom da doom da doom da doom doom. I'm not sure why the volume's not really working. Settings, audio. There we go. Oh, I was having an alert last night, so I turned it off because it was driving me crazy. There we go. Alright. So we click on the buildings. We're going to tell it organic food. Because it'll make, if you give it organic food, it will make organic products. And organic products sell for more. So you want to go this route, even though it says we need cow's milk, it'll produce organic, so it doesn't count on these. And tomatoes don't count because it's not regular tomatoes. There's 2 of the ways you can do right off the bat to save money and to make more money. Alright, so that's built. We're going to pause again. They have to be connected via power and via roads in order to function. You can click on your transformers to see the circle. As long as it's highlighted in green, it means it's got power, or it's within this range. Okay, use organic. Let's look for a worker now. So we click here to hire, and they'll go in this building. Or you can also click here to hire, and they'll still go in that building because we only have one. Well, we're lucky. This one already has 5 animals. What we're gonna do is, for the first couple months, / the first year, we're going to give them low wages and overwork them. So 60 hours a month is how much they work. We want them to work 200 hours. And they want $1,800 a month, and we're gonna pay them $1,300 a month. So they're gonna be a little unhappy, but it hasn't affected production at all yet, and nobody's ever left. Dun dun dun. It's kind of like our city. So we're gonna go ahead and that's low, that's high, higher. Okay, so she's in here. We're gonna assign her to here. Okay, so it's organic. We have a worker. Buy cows. And then whatever you selected here is what the only thing you can buy. You can't mix anything in these. So we bought 4 and we're at 55K. So now we can just let the game start running. So we gotta wait for a truck to arrive to haul cattle in here. Oh, I guess we gotta pick food too, don't we? My bad. So we're gonna click here. We're gonna get organic grass and organic crops because those are the 2 cheapest options. And in order to get that, so we tell it we want it grass and we want it crops. So their food quality will go up. That means their milk production will go up as well. So by feeding them organic, they'll produce better stuff. And by feeding them of a variety, not just one thing, we'll be able to get more quality out of the animals. Let's see here. This is the market button. It looks like a little food stand. We're going to click the market button down here. Buy. A little grain looking icon. Crops organic. It's 29.29 cents per kilogram. Oh, crap. This is the beginning, so I don't know. Hold on, 1 second. Alright, so our warehouse can hold 5,000. I feel like that's not enough, but we'll see. Alright, so purchase. Market. Cereals. We'll do 200. And 200. It's 155 to stock us with I got organic, didn't I? Please say yes. So yeah, so this one and this one, and this worker will drag it from whatever shop it's in and put it in here because it can hold this in here, so you don't have to freak out. Now the reason we bought 200 and 200 is because estimated food is 240 kilograms per month. What we bought should last us 2 months. I know I'm over explaining things. It's fine. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Hopefully we're not getting too bad of drop frames, but here's what we got going. So our cattle are there. We got a really good worker with 5 skills. And she'll start making stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it has a lot of menus below menus that you're paying attention to. But yeah, bio was definitely the way to go. I even made like a little screenshot. It's like a 40% increase in payout if you do bio. Well, I thought when I made my sheep pen the first time it only held 4 sheep, and it holds like 16 sheep. Alright, so they made their first milk. And they've got their organic food. And now I guess we'll pay attention to this. So let's hire a person that is good at plants. So we got one person for plants over here. We're gonna make sure they don't have some monies and hire. Okay. So there's no way to actually put them in here. So that guy will just work there since he's not equipped to anything, and it's within range because these guys have ranges. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. If there's something outside of the range, it will not work there. And the range isn't actually the full range. It's probably about this far in. I was having trouble with workers working a field that I had out here, so I had to build another house over here and put them in it. And as soon as I did that, they were able to mess with the field. So he'll do that. Hit fast forward again. Now I have read the forums just for the prologue, and the devs are on it. Like, they're very interactive into the forums, and they've already addressed some of the problems. Like, they're already working on patches. One of the bigger ones is the organic grass. If you build a big field and have all your stuff to do it, even a small field, whatever, it doesn't make organic grass, it makes regular grass. So you wasted monies by making organic seeds, or using organic seeds. There we go. So it is the 11th of the first month we started. Sell. $425. So I'm gonna pause real quick. We're still up 55k, by the way. So we've only lost 5k from starting money. Okay, there's good. We're gonna go ahead and purchase. This is your building one. It's got the hammer. Then we go to animals. Small shed. R for rotate. I'll pop that bad boy down. Alright, so cows are set up, so we're good, but sheep is where the money is. If you want to have a balanced amount to be able to pay your workers, you want the sheeps. Alright, we're gonna hit pause. Hire. There was somebody with 5 animals a second ago, but I think we missed the window to hire them. Yes, we did. Okay, there's only one person with animals, but that's okay. I'll show you what we need to do with them later. So she's not going to be as good, but we might go ahead and spend money to make sure that she's good. So we'll do the cheap part first, because at the beginning every dime counts, because you'll go bankrupt really fast. So, man, I'm sad though. We really need... You know, I'll give it a couple more days. How about that? We're not in the rush where we're losing all kinds of money right now. So we're at 37,000. We got our plowing in progress for organic tomatoes. We have some organic cows set up. If you feed them regular food and try to switch to organic, you can't do that. You have to sell all your cattle, click use organic, and pick organic food, and then you have to buy new cattle, just so you know, because if they've ever eaten not organic food, you can't put them on organic food later. Alright, so we're going to pause and look at the hiring again. There we go. So it was only like a 2-day span, and we waited for it to cycle. So we're going to hire you. Nice lady. And you're going to be our sheep lady. Use organic. buy sheeps. We're not gonna go too crazy, but I lied, we're going crazy. That's how many sheep I want. Alright, now the cool thing, the reason I picked organic crops and organic grass is because both these types share the same organic food, and it is the absolute cheapest. So that moves us up quality on food like a lot. So we'll go ahead and go for that. And with that many sheep, you have 210 kilograms per month. So roughly a little less than the cattle, but the sheep actually give birth, so we can get more sheep cheaper than buying them by paying the vet. Because you pay the vet $240 to inseminate, because it was that deuces. I checked the logs. It was inseminate, not give birth. 240, and you get 2 sheep if you have enough sheep in here. Oops. Alright, so let's go ahead and purchase another 200 and 200. Okay. So right now we only have 3 workers. So it's 4,000 a month just on wages with 3 people, which is ridiculous because we're not making that much yet. The sheep will help kick that off to a better ratio for income versus expenses. Each of the places cost a monthly fee, so 50 for this, 50 for sheep, 100 for cattle. I don't see one in here, but I'm sure it actually cost. This one's $60 a month for this, and then our homestead is no monies. So we're good. Now, where you can check this out is this little house with the settings. It's not actual settings, it's just spreadsheets for all of us spreadsheet geeks. So here's how much we spent. We bought sheeps. We made the shed. Made some gravel roads. Sold some milk. So on and so forth. There we go. And this is how much we started off with, and then this is where we're at right now. So I try to, so they were in the first month of having this farm. I tried to sell everything on the 20th, or sorry, closer to the very, very end of the month if I can, but I think we're going to check and see how much we can sell for. So, organic sheep milk is 20, cow's milk is 5, but as you can see, cows produce a lot more milk. Well, next month will be a better comparison because they'll be here a whole month. But yeah, sheep don't produce quite as much milk as cows do. Cows pretty much produce at least double what the sheep do, but as you can see, the prices are significantly cheaper. But these prices are pretty much almost double what the regular milk and the regular sheep's milk cost. So organic's definitely the way to go if you're trying to make money. It's pretty simple stuff. I made the mistake of trying to run both of the greenhouses and make a field in my first year, and that just required way too many workers, and it doesn't output enough to pay for all those workers. So we're gonna do this. We're still good on storage. Alright, so sell. There we go. So these guys are stocked up on food now. Okay, perfect. We don't have a warehouse that holds this, because as you can see, if you click the house warehouse, this shows you what it can hold. It can hold the biomilks and the stuff, and it can hold fertilizer, and it can hold these items here. It can't hold a lot of the other stuff, so we'll need to build another storage pretty soon. Not quite yet though, because everything seems to be going pretty good so far. They got roughly about 2 months of food. Well, not this guy, he's got about a month of food left. Okay. I was basically fast forwarding and waiting for money to start, or your profits to start coming in, and then the next thing we're going to do to boost profit again is to build another sheep pen. I usually end up with about 4 sheep pen before I start expanding in other areas. So it was like Sheepapalooza last night when I was playing. And I don't really think it's unbalanced, because you got this many sheep and they produce milk and they also produce wool. And because of those two things, you get a lot more money than you do from 4 cattle, even though they produce more milk. Later down the line, when you guys are playing, you can also go to production and do a milk processing plant. And the sheep cheese is like 110,000 a month is how much profit it will bring in. Thank you, Smood. Yeah. Usually by month 2 you guys are down to like less than 2,000 gold and you have 10,000 monies and wages. It's not a pleasant situation to be in. So sell. So 7,968 for half a month of production, and we have $3,000 worth of wages. No, it's really not. The plan itself is like 340,000 gold to make, and that took me a long time to do. But it's another like 30% of profit off of the top of your milk. Okay, let's see here. We're at 42. As soon as we get to 60, we'll build another another sheep's farm. Wait, no, we have 4,000, 8,000, 12. All right, we have more than 3 months worth of expenses. Hi, Quimby. I saw a couple of lag spikes in my stuff. Yeah, it gave me a warning like last 5 minutes ago or something. Alright, so I'm trying to keep like 3 months expenses. I was teasing Deuces yesterday about having his Dave Ramsey 6-month emergency fund ready. I'm trying to at least keep a 3-month leeway here. PBS, nice. Yeah, it's inauguration day. I think it's weird, like when the other president was elected, I've never known about an inauguration day. This one has us watching it on alert. Okay. Sorry, no Polyducks. My bad. My bad. Making sheeps. Making some sheeps. Animals. So build button, animals, small shed. Another 18 down the drain. Not really though. It's kind of like building your foundation. Hi, Gayman. So, weirdness. I like deleting these two and switching this to organic tomatoes. Because we don't need to be having 60 billion people that we need to hire the first year. Hey, showers are important, dude. We switched the cows to organic and maxed them out. So they're eating these too. We could actually add silage to this as well because this is another cheap one. So these are super cheap. The grass and the crops are super, super cheap. This one is also really, really cheap. These two start getting a little bit more expensive. No, like, I wasn't even aware it was a thing. Like, it had no importance in the realm of Tia. That's what I mean by I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know that was a thing. So we can click use organic food. No, we're not going to assign him. So, now that we have somebody working and free, you can click assign and it'll pick somebody. So we have to go all the way back to the house to actually hire a new guy. So this guy's got animals, but nothing trained on it. Okay, so we're gonna wait a couple days and we'll check again. We will, however, go ahead and no, we'll wait on that too. I was gonna order food for this, but it'll get eaten by these guys. Never mind. We need to restock anyway. Dun dun dun. What? Smood, you're joking, but my nieces and nephews, like when they came over to spend the night this weekend, I made them go shower. And they said, "Well, I had a bath 3 days ago." I was like, "What?" That's a daily thing, buddy. That's not a once a week thing. This isn't medieval times where you jump in the creek to take a bath. Okay. Bye. Okay. We're gonna up this to 400. You guys do not have to get this much. I just like to have a lot of overhead because I forget to check things. Okay, so those two. And we're gonna switch to products. Others. Here we go. So as you can see by clicking, you can see how much it costs. It costs 48 cents. So crops is 29 cents. Organic grass is 49 cents. Silage is 48. So we'll go ahead and grab 400. No, we'll only do 200 of this because only cattle eat this. The sheep won't eat it. Okay. And we're still on pause. You just hit spacebar to pause. We're going to go ahead and upgrade them from having 2 organics to a 3rd. And you can see chosen food. Bumped it up here. Once they get it and start eating it, your current food quality will go up and they'll produce even more. So 58 milk, 15. Higher. Animals. Here's our guy. Or girl. I don't know which that is. Let's make sure there's nobody better. Okay. So, once again, make sure they're maxing out their hours they work and minimizing how much money you pay them. We can do this for a while. Assign this guy. Alright, so we got a worker. Organic food. We're gonna buy some more sheeps. We'll go down to 15. There we go. That's a little bit more than I meant to grab, but that's okay. Grass and bio. The reason we're not buffing these guys up is because wheat, soy, and peas are a little expensive. That's spendy. That's for much later in the game when we can actually afford it. We can't afford it yet. Another cool feature is at the top of whatever building you're clicked on. You can click on that and we'll go sheep shed 02. Sheep shed 01. Cowshed 01. This is later good for later when you get notifications and messages about live births and stuff like that. Oh, shower twice a day? Yeah. Alright, so organic chosen. We got what they need to eat. These guys are now eating the right food, so they bumped up. As I was saying, we can increase skills later, so if for some reason you needed to work right now, you can hire somebody that has like 1 in animals, and all you have to do is hit this button and it'll train him. So it's going to cost us 1,800 in order to boost this guy's skills. But we absolutely want that because they'll produce more than that in less than a month. So maxing these out is good. Getting them hired at max is really good. When we start making a little bit more money, we'll go ahead and bump the wages up and move the hours down a little bit. But we're not at that point yet. So we got 2 fully functioning sheep sheds and 1 cow shed going. Quimby's bedroom. That one's Smith's bedroom. You guys can sleep in the greenhouse so Quimby can grow his hops and narco berries. Oh, looks kind of nifty. Oh, sorry guys. I'm gonna slow it down too. Your number 1 through 3s are your speed, and spacebar is your pause. Yeah, we're not gonna do that because that's noisy. Alright, and go. Alright, so we need more. We gotta buy more feed for these guys. We need to get a barn up, but we're not gonna do that till we hit 60k. Bio. Oops. No, I don't need 3,000. Alright, so another thing to pay attention to when you're buying crops is here's how much is in storage down here. So say I want a stock of 2,000, I need to make sure that I just counteract. So I need 1,700. 1,700. So that's spendy, but this is like 6 months worth of food right here. So maybe just 700. No need to get crazy, I guess. We're still at the beginning of the game and I don't have 18 things. So that's 500 bucks. We're gonna buy. Now we're gonna go sell our stuff. Milk. 6,800. There we go. Doom 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 doom. Barley protein, it's a meal. I'm still eating the beef and barley I made. I usually don't cook. Okay, so we got 2 warnings right here. Unhappy staff. Animals are ready to breed. So we'll deal with the unhappy staff in just a second. The animals ready to breed. Call veterinarian. 245 gold or monies for the veterinarian, but we usually get 2 extra sheep out of it versus 350 for 1 sheep. So we're gonna call the vet and we'll deal with our unhappy worker. We'll put you back on a little bit of a raise and we'll put you back on 160. We can go back to 160, I think. Okay, there we go. So it's only -20 instead of -50 for your happiness. Little raise. Wait, only 1 raise, guy. Little raise, back to 160. Little raise, back to 160. Alright, so we'll go to the house. Farmer. Little raise, back to 160. Alright, there we go. Now they can quit crying at me. We've got to wait on the vet to get here. gonna go in, do their thing, and then we magically have 2 more sheep. As soon as they eat, they'll switch to bio sheep. Bionic sheep. Just joking. And then you'll be done. To clear your messages, you actually have to hit this stupid little X icon over here, and then it'll remove the message finally. So, doom da doom da doom. Quimby's bedroom. Smooth. There. You'll probably get kicked out of the hay. Hey, I'm just following my medieval dynasty heritage here, okay? I give them a place to sleep and food. They should be happy. But yeah, that gave us a whole month of lower wages at the very beginning. It was a big deal. I know. Well, Q, I can't say 10% of nothing is nothing, or 10% of nothing is 0 still. Well, that is still a true statement. We actually got our very first Twitch payout last month for 116. So I guess I owe you 16 bucks. Would you like that in a form of a pizza? Dum dum da dum. So warehouse is getting a little bit full. Alright, so it did actually hold these. It was just being silly and not showing us. I know, right? You want me to invest that for you? Alright. Oh, you guys heard about the guy that, since Bitcoin is so up these days, apparently someone has 300... Azam! Long time no see, man. Somebody has $300 million in Bitcoins on a thumb drive, and it used 3 of their 5 passwords, and as soon as he gets to 5 passwords, it deletes itself. So he has 2 more tries to be able to unlock it. It has $300 million of Bitcoin on it. That's just insane. Another guy threw out his whole hard drive because he was mining the Bitcoin stuff. Accidentally threw it out, so he is wanting to pay the city like 10% of how much it is. Like, it's 40 million that wants to pay the city so he can dig in the trash for the year where they threw trash out that year. And I was like, holy crap. This is why it's important to keep your password somewhere. $11. I was gonna overpay him. God, what's the world coming to? $11.60 for 3 months worth of work. Totally sounds legit. Just like I pay my farmers. Alright, so it's the 29th. Like I said, I like to do this at the end of the month. Sell all these lovelies. So they're also making organic pesticides and stuff now that we have organic things. But we don't touch that. So that's $23,000 we're making this month off of 2 sheep sheds and 1 cow shed, organic. super fascinating. But like I said, I was on this for like a lot of hours yesterday. Yeah, this was the strategy I worked up so we didn't go bankrupt. Because even starting with double money, we were still losing our butts off trying to keep enough workers to be able to work all the greenhouses. So if somebody gives you a scenario, you just change the scenario. Oh yeah, I have to take taxes out too. Someone burned down my she shed. Making all the things. Just a nice, slow and steady pace. Alright. Dum, 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 dum. Alright, so we're gonna build another... Dun dun dun! No, not a cow shed. Silly. Another sheep shed. We're at 40,000. All my exes live in Texas, I know, right? Because Texas is a place I really love to be. Not really though, but that's okay. Alright, so hire. Who's so good with the animals? You? You so good with the animals? So they have beekeeping, but I haven't seen any bee stuff in the game. Manufacturing is important later. I haven't seen orchards in the game either yet. This is all stuff for later. Manufacturing is important later. So manufacturing, like for cattle and sheep raising, you can't see a big, huge change when you have people with high animals. Even though there is, it's more, you get product faster and more products. Manufacturing, you can visibly see the huge difference somebody at skill level 1 versus skill level 5 is. Because your little progress bar is like slowly ticking with a low skilled worker. And then when they're maxed out at 5, it's like zip, 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 zip. It's a visual difference. Whereas the other guys we can't really see because it's something kind of in the background, those little pop-ups. Alright, assign. Oh, we didn't hire the guy with animal keeping. Hello. Can you please stand by while I try to do this? I'll start you off with the rest of the guys. So 1 up from the lowest wage and normal working hours. Higher. Assign. Boop. There we go. Organic. Sheep. We're gonna buy 2. And then we're gonna move 3. Small shed 3. There we go. And then we're gonna move 2. Small shed 3. Alright, there we go. That's plenty of room for them to have more sheep. And this one to run efficiently once it actually kicks open. Alright, there we go. So it's 6:03. At 6:30, we'll go ahead and sell and see where we are on our profit. 26K was the last month's profit. Yeah, we're up to 5 workers now. This growth for tomatoes is 20 or 44 days. That's why I kind of like am frowny faced at this growing stuff, because these are such It's like a quantity of like 400. It's $1,400, $1,200 for almost 2 months of growth. Whereas these guys pay a lot more per month. Oh, we have a problem. Oh, nope. Animals are ready to breed. Call the vet. Okay. Oh, see the little heart symbol above it? And wait, there's a vet here, so go ahead and call the vet. Wonder if he'll just go to the next building. Nope, we didn't get it in time. 2 more sheeps. Two more sheeps. It's not a bad deal for 240 bucks instead of 350 a piece. Yes, yeah, once you have your sheep production going and you actually are over 60k again, you can start directing your farm more of like what you want it to do. So we're actually going to add one more sheep thing over here, and then we should start being able to do other stuff. And organic is the way to go for all your crops, just because you have like a ratio of about 30% overhead compared to the non-organic. Yeah, so I hit this little bulldozer button and it sold both of them for around 4k a piece. And that means we only have to have one actual farmer here when it needs it. He's kind of just doing his own thing. We're gonna go ahead and max him out. That was like 3,000 gold, by the way, guys. Monies, but it's worth it because they're more effective. The skill to care for plants affect the size of the harvest. So that's gonna be in there, and then we just have to wait for it to grow. 17. This is how much profit they say it's gonna be. We should get a yield of 487.5 with a profit of 1,715. But it is, if you have the money, it is absolutely worth leveling up your characters, or leveling up your skills that you guys need. Quimby sheep had more babies, and Smooth sheep had more babies. So we're not selling anything until the until a little later. Wait, did I even put these guys on? Okay, I did. You have some in there. Just making sure everybody has food. Like I said, the higher quality food they get, the more they produce. Oh, let me fix that. There, now you're Italian. No, chicken. Oh, please don't call HR. Okay, so this is our radius. We don't need to build this, but I kind of like to build it. It's fine. Yeah, sell these right off the bat. That way you don't have to manage them, and then switch that to organic tomatoes. Unless you want to switch it to organic beets to feed your cattle. Because this really is, this isn't even money. This isn't real money. This is just expense. Egyptian cotton. Nice. Hey, just because you put mascara around the sheep eyes doesn't mean it's Egyptian. That's not how that works. Alright, so it's the 21st. I'm actually pretty excited to see, oh, they're almost full. Okay. Summer is here, and for many people it's time for vacation. Unfortunately, it's also a stormy period, a time for looking after plants, and the beginning of the harvest. Alright, so we're gonna have to sell, guys, because, we don't have any more room. Sell. Milk. So 39,000 up from 26 from last month, and the month's not even over. It's poops. There we go. 39 and sell. 600 sell. There we go. We're at 56K on the second month of the game. Doom, da, doom, doom, doom. Talias. So I was kind of sad because they make the sheep's wool, and I play so many city builder games. I'm like, oh, I need to be able to have a clothes thing where we can make clothes. I'm like, oh no, it's a farming game, so I guess we're not gonna have that. But I wanted to make clothes out of the wool. Well, that's not how the game is played. It's fine. Alright, so we will keep selling until the 1st, and then we'll look at our monies. That was 39K plus 600. Yeah, this is the way you get to where you can afford other workers and bigger buildings and farming machines. So we're almost an hour in, and that's pretty much what I want to show you for getting started on this game. But yeah, I'll let some other streamers game at the end on the second month. So now everybody had different schedules today. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. There's a lot to this game. We're gonna waste money, but I'm gonna show you guys something pretty nifty. So we're gonna make a little stupid field, a little 3x3. When you click it, you click the middle to select what you wanna make. So say this doesn't work right now. They're working on it though. You can't do organic grass, so we're gonna do regular grass. And then you click the more button down here. And this is all the farm machines you would have to have in order to work this with the machine. So we switch to people, but we also want machines, so you can see how many things you'd have to have in order to successfully run this with a machine, which only takes one person and not like 7 people. But yeah, this is a little expensive. I think it was like an overall cost around 500K to get all the machines. But depending on what you change, say oat seeds, see now it's a baler. More. Or a trailer. Yeah, you can click these, it'll take you to the buy page. Some of these will actually, more, have used, and if you have a mechanic already situated for $30 a month, this is the best way to go to buy the lowest price ones. So new is 500, used is 290, stuff like that. You buy the cheaper ones and then let your right, but keep in mind it's $1,200 a month for like one person. Oh, let me delete this. This isn't supposed to be here. Boop. I mean, I can't delete it while it's... No, my whole game's ruined. No, I'm joking. Call the vet. Call the vet. Call the vet. Alright. So our sheep pens are about to be maxed out again. Awesome sauce, which means it's time to build another sheep pen. It's the 7th of the 7th. Sell. 26,000 again. Buy. We have 300, so 700. We have 170, so 900. Silage. We have 76, so 130. Buy. There we go. See, 73k. So it took us 3 months to buy all this and get over the starting stuff. So that's what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and end the YouTube part here. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe, high five, low five, all the stuff and things. And you can find me over on Twitch on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30 Central Standard Time. And same bat channel, same bat time. I'll catch you guys later. See, and then there we go. Dun dun dun. Alright, so there's 3 different vets, and we got more sheeps. Yeah, and the sheeps just keep growing. I'm gonna play the game some more, but I'm gonna let you guys go so you can go spend some quality time with some other streamers. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Much appreciated. Those are good convos most of the time, except when I was like trying to do stuff and hyper focusing and miss like entire conversations. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye guys.